going on, everybody? Gustav the 13th here with another video for the 4th of June 2026. We have yet again another UC Engage suit to check out here. It is the Unicorn Gundam HML, a 3-star unicorn, by the way, that actually doesn't have the usual kind of cycle from NTD into Awakening. It's a little bit more like this, or maybe even the Phoenix in the terms of how it kind of works. Except that the boost in here is another 50% threshold temporary situation. Once per life. We'll get into why that's an issue later on. But I will say the kit for this is really nice. Space compatibility as well. And it has a good amount of range and variety in terms of its ranged stuff here. So Beam Magnum as a subgun, first of all. Also the HM and HML launcher in general, 400 range on the basic shot, 375 for the rapid, but it also has a discharge Garobi at 450 for 800 power per tick. Decent amount of movement that you can get out of that as well. And it is a 2 melee suit. The double beam saber, if you're familiar with the awakened kind of stuff that it does with the 2 swipes and all that stuff, pretty much at home here. 3000 times 2. And then we have the large beam saber, which is actually heavy stagger on the neutral and sides, while also having a pretty Zeta-ish swipe on the downswing itself. The UG shield with 10k health and also has an eye field to help buffer out some of that beam barf that's going to be coming your way. And we do have 200 meters on the Vulcans, as well as 40 ammo. Pretty typical amount of accumulation, 15 or so shots. Not super fast on the rate of fire, but still serviceable. In terms of our health and all that, we got 25k here. Ballistic beam and melee are 24, 26, and 28. Range strength of 30 with a melee strength of 40. Movement speed is 135, top speed of 230 with thruster gauge of 75, turning speed of 84. For the part slots, we have 17, 19, and 17 for close, medium, and long, respectively. And in terms of our skills, we have Leg Shock Absorber 3, Emergency Evasion System 3, Anti-Blast Stabilizer 1, Flight Control Program 4, High Performance Radar 1, Optimized Cooling Efficiency 2, High Spec Ambag 2, Force Injector 4, Maneuver Armor 1, Melee Composite System 2, Aerial Melee System 2, Power Accelerator Level 2, Special Leg Buffer Level 4, which puts it as 35%. The Eye Field Shield, so reduces damage shield when hit by a ranged beam attack by 70% on there. And the HML Optimizer. When changing weapons inside the HML Hyper Mega Launcher, change time is reduced by 30%. Also when the HML is selected, overheat recovery time is reduced for ranged beam weapons. Which means your other lead-ins and stuff like that. And then the ability boost itself. So at 50% or less, the skill will temporarily activate, but only once. Sucks. When activated, attack mobility are boosted, thruster consumption when starting high-speed movement, and damage taken from melee attacks are reduced, and performance is altered for compatible weapons. Also, Flat Booster 1 skill will be provided, preventing stagger caused by accumulated damage when the shield is hit, and nullifying the reaction triggered when the shield is destroyed by ranged attacks. Nullifies all reactions except for stagger due to accumulative damage, but only at the point of activation, when HP fully recovered at all parts and equipped its shields. The shields part's very interesting too. But yeah, mobile shooting and flat swan are locked behind getting your ass beat for a little bit. Never great. Don't really like that. Looking at the enhancements here, we do have +1 to melee resistance, +1 to melee modifier, +100 to shield HP for some reason, and confidence expansion at the very end of the regular upgrades for 2890. For the unlockables, then we have +5 to melee resistance and +5 to melee modifier. So in terms of the modifiers, it's all just melee. We got +6, so 46 baseline. Range doesn't get touched. Still at a decent rate, and the slottage is pretty even since it is a Gundam, so you can get in there pretty good in terms of bumping one or the other. Let's put this into practice though, and we'll show it off a little bit. Show you guys what we're working with here. Ooh. Meditate. Om. Oh my god, hurry up. Thank you. Okay, let's get in there and show you guys what's going on. So, not too bad. The one thing for this, so 2 bursts technically, but it only takes 3 shots. So you know you can do the 2 bursts, maybe go into Vulcans to finish out the rest. For the Vulcans, like I said, we'll just show you guys 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So 15 or so. Pretty steady rate of fire. Not awful. For the melee then, you got that bring down. It's on combat controller 1, so you only get 2 swipes. You know, can't be too crazy. So the one thing I will say, heavy stagger is cool. It has an insane amount of reach. You can touch from a hot minute away, and this is where the camera and the depth perception of the suits in this game kind of get on my nerves a little bit, because it's kind of hard to gauge that unless you have it completely tilted down and you just really eyeball it and try to memorize where that's at. Because look at how far that is for that neutral to reach. Because if you don't do that, the lead-in and the animations are very slow, and that can become a bit of a problem. And then of course we have the down saying, I'll get that in a second. Big ol' swipe and another follow-up right there. Very good coverage. Very dangerous coverage if you are getting into a scuffle where there's a lot of people around as well. So, you know, keep that in mind. And then we got our little Gurobi here. Very neat. This one we can actually do in the air. So that ties into the flaps as well. And again, overall, a lot of the stuff that's on here with the rapid and all that stuff, I like that. This is a suit that definitely speaks to me on a certain level. But looking at some of the other stuff that's kicking around again at 700 and 750, it does get a little bit rough. The V Magnum, actually I want to double check. So it is a recharge required. It's really fast. Okay. I'm trying to see if it actually has a little bit more splash. There you go. These fucking shields getting in the way of bullshit. And in the aerial melee. So let's get this to 50. Hey, no, I'm fucked up. So yeah, you get a minute of flaps. Like I said, flaps 1, gotta be a little bit careful of that because you are gonna go through that pretty quick. But one nice thing is how much that tilts down for the big old giant Tonfa, essentially. Feels good. I think the bigger issue, especially at the cost that it's at, because they did adjust the Penelope and some other Minosky craft heavy suits, is that you're constantly looking up. You really got to constantly try to bring them down with your rapid, and those suits are only getting more consecutive build-up skills and things like that, which make that harder to do. And in that regard, it is a little bit frustrating, especially because you think this would be a good situation considering that it's not even a raid. Considering the intensity of the 2 melee stuff that it's got going on, it should be a little bit safer in terms of type disadvantage and all this other shit, and it's kind of hard to say whether or not it's going to be that way. But we do have some matches that we can show off. I will say some of them are a little bit close. Whichever one we pick, we're going to put that right around here. What is that? SR unit, yeah. I like the engage helmet's really cool though. It has the quasi side commute. Oh my god. So immediate issues that were doubled up with a certain suit. I don't know how these guys are gonna handle it. And this thing's ugh. Just let me have flaps all the time, please. Why do I have to have all these conditions and shit? Bullshit. Gotta budge. Oh. Oh. Yeah, we got 2 tall geese, which means they're either really cracked or both of them are just gonna get knocked over all day by the freedom. Oh my god, as I fucking dig that in the floor. No, that's on the other side. What is all 4? All 4 did grab him. freedom. He's coming. He's doing his bullshit. No. Oh my god, and of course he catches me like a mom. I got a shield. Where did that shot even go? It's like they're just disappearing into the fucking ether. Oh, he's got it though. See, Garobus. Godobus. Is he under or no? He's here. They keep yoinking him. Shit. Wait. Is that a GPO throw? Oh shit, get off of me, dude. Whatever. Oh, thank God I got my frames. No. Oh god, well I just fucking ran into that like a dummy. I really just hit his shield for all that, dude? Wasn't all this shield hit shit? There's a... It is interesting. I wonder what people's relationship with the type N is. Because it's a confident raid. I feel like the free awaken outside of 1 or 2 suits probably isn't utilized as much because those suits haven't been adjusted again in a way that encourages people to play them. But now we have another suit that's constantly just implied to be an NCD without really having any of the perks of it outside of an eye field on the shield, I guess. Look at that. Yeah. Man, go over. You can do whatever you want, dude. That other guy just... Yeah, he flew away. That's what he fucking did. I'm not playing these games, dude. I'm not doing it. I'm glad I'm not getting hit, but I really would love some other people to be up here with me. Oh my god, alright, move, we're not even in the lead. Oh god. And 3's getting chased. And he's gonna blow it up. And it's probably the freedom. And he's gonna stun laser. He's gonna put another shield. There you got him. What is that? Whatever. Get out or
拠点の重要度が上昇しましたわ。味方が敵機を撃破したようですわ。味方がやられてしまいました。
What a pain.
敵機の撃破を確認しました。戦闘継続可能ですわ。ですが、油断しないでください。
Just looking for something to Groovy at. Like, where's it at? Where's the big one?
味方が敵機を撃破。
Hit me.
機体の損傷が大きくなっている。作戦残り時間1分。やり通しましょう。味方が敵機を撃破。
Oh my god.
味方からのシグナルをキャッチ。
Damn it, he got knocked out. No.
敵の砲撃が来ますわ。現時点をもっても作戦行動の停止に同意願います。私たちの勝利です。
That wasn't much better though. It was just them slapping me around all day. Goddamn. And Talgi's definitely held. They were actually really on those dudes. That was a little bit touch and go towards the middle. I don't know. Again, I like the coverage. I like what it's doing. It's cool that it has a heavy stagger on that Tonfa, but a little bit on the fence compared to just everything else kicking around at this cost. And that was our match in the Unicorn with the extra parts. Another UC engage. Little goober running around here. Also, let's check out the accumulation on the base, because you would think, just because of all the things that it has with the Gurobi and all that, it would do a decent amount, but because they leaned it towards melee, it actually doesn't do all that much at all. It's a little unfortunate. It is what it is, and as you can tell right now, we're already out of our timer for the ability, so even though we're still hurt, we're not really fighting at that extra advantage. Something that I kind of hope that they just do away with and just let it be like that the whole time. I wouldn't even really say that it gives it that intense of an advantage compared to other stuff, because it's only flaps 1. And although it does have a strong lead in range-wise, if it's able to do mobile shooting, it should have that advantage, because that's like half the point of this. Anyway, especially because it leans on the mobile shooting for the HML, which is pretty much just integrated into the arm, so it has more stability. It makes sense. So, that's the kind of long and short of it for this suit. I did not actually buy this one or get it through the gacha myself. This is an Asian special right here. So we borrowed this one for the actual review itself. I'm pretty sure we've already seen a couple folks over on Twitter, claiming big numbers and all this other stuff. You know, if 2 melee with some really good range mixed up is your kind of thing, and you don't really mind the ability boost not lasting super long, then this is probably going to be up your alley. There's plenty of other suits at this cost that kind of do that, or better things, you know, alongside it, but that's just kind of been the name of the game when it comes to these UC engaged suits in general. The bigger thing, because this does have a level 2, and I'm not really going to talk about the 750 because 750's got its own problems. You can figure that shit out for yourself if you want to really get into it. Think about what it's facing here. Add in some other really busted, you know, level 4 or 4 and 5 star rarity suits, and you'll probably just pick something else if you already have one of them. But it feels like that's going to be the name of the game with these, in the sense where they know that people are kind of balking and don't really want to invest super hard in things that aren't 4 and 5 star suits. So they're trying to put multiple levels and put them at a lower rarity on these technically 5-step but really just 4-step banners, so that people will spend. Because if I kind of wonder if in the recent year or month or so, if their sales and just general reception for these suits has been waning, the wonders of the recession, hard times. People just don't got that kind of cash, you know. So we'll see what that really looks like and how many of these we're gonna get, especially leading into getting closer to anniversary and whatever other events that they want to do in the meantime. But that will have to be something we talk about and speculate on stream. Hopefully I will see you guys for dailies later on, where we're trying to take this on mostly at 700. We'll see about doing some 750 rounds just to see if we catch any of these out there. But good luck if you spun for it. If you already spun for it, let me know how you feel about this suit in the comments. And until next time, I hope you guys have a good rest of your morning, night, or whatever. And I'll talk to you all in the next video.